it's just like, why aren't you doing something?
Exactly.
Anything, you know, tell a joke, like, do a dance, do something.
Right.
You know, entertain people somehow, you know?
Right.
Or go collect cans like everybody else does.
Right. I mean, especially around here, it's
How y'all doing?
good. How are you?
We're in the middle of something, man.
But yeah, would you like a donut? Right here, do you? Okay. But yeah, no, I understand that.
Just so you know that's going on.
I'm a photographer, so I
I
film.
don't know, but there's a thing about people on the street. If they don't realize they're being recorded, and then find out in the middle of it,
Yeah,
it could be a problem.
definitely. Yeah. I've had issues with that. You know, I've tried to make it clear that I'm recording and taking pictures. And,
You have to make sure we know it's not a malicious intent, because there's a lot of people out there taking pictures and walking around with cameras who intend to harm us with them.
there's a lot of sneaky people. And it's, that helps. But yeah, so first for that exact purpose, it is okay that we film you, correct? All right, awesome, thank you. So my first question is, where did you grow up? I know you already told me, but for the purpose of the project.
Chicago, Illinois.
And when did you move here?
I landed here about 4.5 years ago.
Nice. Did you kind of just wander and just ended up here?
After I ended up on the streets, it was too cold in Chicago, so I had to head west. You know, the East Coast is still cold, and Florida is a no-go for anybody who's homeless. They all know that. And so heading out here I went to Denver first, and then I landed here on a 2-hour layover on Greyhound, and I just never left. I threw my ticket on the ground after an hour and was like, I'm home.
Nice. Yeah. You like it here, obviously?
It's a lot better than a lot of places.
Yeah.
We're blessed to be here, for sure.
What's your favorite food?
Chicago-style beefs. Nothing like good old Italian beef.
Yeah. Favorite style of music?
Folk and jam bands.
Nice. I think two of our favorite kind of genres too. Yeah.
Grateful Dead, Bob Dylan, anything in between those genres.
I respect that. That's awesome. Let me see. When you were a kid, what did you want to be when you grew up?
A musician.
Have you been pursuing that since?
Carry around a guitar every day of my life.
Nice. So I played or attempted to play for about a year, and then I realized that I should probably try to lend my talents to another aspect, because that wasn't the one for me. I had fun with it, but the sound wasn't.
Then go back and do it.
I probably will at some point.
You know how rare to find something that you consider fun is?
Yeah,
That's all it was for me for the first probably 5 years I played. I sucked. I was horrible. I couldn't stand my own playing.
Right. I mean, you still won't listen to your own.
Now it's for a different reason. I've had enough people tell me I'm good that I believe it.
Oh, okay.
You know? I've never had someone come up to me like, you suck.
Well, good. Yeah.
That'd be horrible. You're just awful if you stop. I know this guy who plays a violin that people literally stop him. They pay him to stop.
Oh.
And he knows it. He knows he's that bad, so he keeps doing it.
That makes sense. I guess
It's
whatever
a great
works.
money-making tool.
Yeah.
I'm so horrible. People want to pay me to stop what I'm doing.
I guess other than Portland, was Denver the second favorite place that you stopped?
It's home. There's no place like home.
I agree with that.
You know, Chicago's always gonna be my favorite place.
What is your least favorite part of today's society, in your opinion?
Anything to do with the current state of our banking system and how people are viewed based on a monetary value.
Yeah.
So money and greed.
Yeah, I agree with that.
There's no... I can't put a price on my own life. I can't put a price on your life. You can't put a price on your dad's life. So why should somebody be able to judge my life just because of how much money I choose? Not even choose to have, dude. Like, all it took was me signing the wrong papers for my mom, and she screwed me with them, and I ended up homeless. Like, my own mom put me out here, you know.
I'm sorry.
And so it's like, I didn't choose this. I had 80 grand in the bank, dude. At the age of 21, I was a business analyst going into multi-million-dollar companies and restructuring from the ground up. You know, and all it took was me trusting the wrong person at the wrong time.
Yeah.
And I'm paying for it now. But it's a learning lesson.
Definitely.
You know?
Yeah.
Everything you go through in life, you should take a lesson from it. Because there's always something to be at. I mean, even this, I don't look at negatively, but the fact that somebody can judge me over how much I have in my pocket, screw that.
Yeah.
Screw that. That's bullshit.
Yeah.
That's bullshit.
Definitely. Next one, I guess this ties into that. At what age and how did you become homeless?
22. I was 22. And, alright. I was 22. I was working a good job. I was supposed to get married in a couple months. I had a house, my name, 2 cars I had just bought. Like, dogs, cats, me and my girl, we had the life, right? And it was just me working. I was supporting us both. Well, I co-signed a couple loans because my mom had quit cocaine. And she got herself clean and she wanted to, you know, get a start.
Right.
So I helped her, you know, because I was like, what else am I doing? It's my mom, you know? Like,
and you're in a situation where you could.
exactly. That's the bigger point, you know? I could, so why not, you know? And so I did it. And 2 months later, my mom found out she was terminally ill with pancreatic cancer. And so she decided, since she only had a few months to live, she was going to forge my signature on loans from the bank. Took out a crap load of stuff in my name with my co-signature and killed herself. So she literally left all that debt right on my head. And in Illinois, the law is that if somebody does that, the banks can come after you before that night's over if they want. You know what I mean? Like, you are immediately responsible for that.
Right.
And they chose to do so. So I'm still in the hole, $26,000, and I had 83 grand in the bank. Like, you want to talk about a shock to the system? I went from having a normal, functioning life in everyday society to living under a bridge in the middle of winter in Chicago in 4 days, dude. Before my mom was even buried, I was homeless.
Sorry.
You know, and so whether or not my brain can ever recover from that, I don't know.
Yeah.
Like, I honestly believe that I had some sort of psychotic break. Not like it made me completely crazy, but like, I just don't know, you know?
Yeah.
What my future holds, if there ever is going back inside for me. Because I've been back inside, dude. I can't deal with it. I get claustrophobic, I get anxious because I know it's not gonna last. I know it isn't permanent, so I get scared, and I don't know. It's scary once you're out here, because once they got you out here and they got you dead to rights out here, you're stuck like a truck right there. People say, yeah, you can do this, that, and this. If you want to jump through 10 million of their hoops, kiss all the right ass along the way, dude, still it's gonna take years.
Yeah.
And you're gonna end up spending your life standing in lines for shit instead of living a life.
Right.
I know a dude who started trying to get housing 12 years ago. He just got it in January. They already took it away from him.
It's awful. Just because the people of higher authority feel like if someone breaks off that chain, they kind of
because
just have to put
he
them back.
was homeless, so he had gotten used to not having to pick up after himself. And so as soon as he got the place, he started hoarding and collecting shit, and they weren't cool with it.
Yeah.
You know, like after the 12th bike they saw come in, they're like, dude, get the hell out.
It's awful.
2.5 months he had it. Years of trying, waiting in lines and praying for it, dude.
All gone like that.
So I get scared. Like, I don't know, and you know, if I can ever go back inside and live normally again, like, there's a comfort to not having any responsibilities.
Yeah, definitely.
As sad as that sounds in the situation I'm in, like, I don't have to worry whether I'm going to cover rent tomorrow because that doorway might be my home tomorrow night. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I'm scared to ever get it again and then lose it all again, more importantly.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, the first time, dude, that was a shock to my system, dude.
And the fear for it to all happen again
Like,
stays
dude,
in
they
there.
locked my animals in my house, bro. My dogs and cats died there because nobody could get in to feed them.
Yeah. I'm sorry.
Like, I don't know. It's not a choice for everybody.
Yeah.
You know, and then once you're out here, you're exposed to things you would never normally be exposed to.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, shit takes over, man. Shit changes real quick.
Yeah.
You know, it gets hard, man.
For sure. And I have one more question.
Yeah.
If you were given a wage to live off of and have a roof over your head and everything, what would you do with it? If you had that money.
Try to find as many. What do you mean, like a set amount for the rest of my life, or just like enough to cover the rent month by month?
Enough to cover it month by month.
And a car and food and
Right.
enough to be
Try
comfortable.
to help as many people as possible along the way with it. You know, in the middle of winter, go out and find somebody who needs a place to stay for the night that you think you can trust and hope for the best, give them a roof, dude, because I know what it's like to need that.
Yeah.
It's hard, dude. Like, there's some nights where we don't know if we're going to make it through because it's so cold, even with a mummy bag or whatever you got, dude, it gets cold, man. I don't know. I'd want somebody to do that for me, you know? Especially around the holidays, dude, because that's the loneliest time.
Yeah.
You know, that'd be the biggest thing. Like, if somebody would pull up on, like, Christmas Eve and be like, dude, get in my car, we're going to my house so you can be warm. Like, dude, I don't have a family, so that'd be the best Christmas present you could ever ask for. You know? To be honest with you, I forgot what bed feels like.
Yeah.
It's been 4.5 years since I even got enough money up to stay in a hotel for a night, man. That's only 50, 60 bucks. Dude. People think we make a lot of money out here. We're struggling.
Yeah.
We're hurt.
I understand.
It's bad, dude. This isn't something I would wish upon my worst enemy, but something I'm glad I'm going through because it's humbled me in a way that nothing else could. I was an ignorant, angry little kid when this all happened to me. I hadn't grown up for shit. This definitely made me.
Grown up.
You know, I had to.
Yeah.
I had to start carrying some morals and values along with me. You know, they might not be what everybody agrees on, but dude, at the end of the day, I can look myself in the mirror and know that I didn't harm anybody during the day. You know, that I tried to do the next right thing as best I can in
Yeah.
the situations I'm in. You know, and just try to live it, man.
Definitely.
Life's too short to be sad, so you try to keep a smile on your face and keep trucking through, man, because nothing else you can do, man.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. I guess if I had that and I was set like that, yeah, dude, I'd just try to get by and help whoever I can get by too, dude, because I'm in a position where I can again.
Yeah. Definitely.
You know, just because I helped someone one time that screwed me doesn't mean it's going to happen. Well, it probably will happen again, but you know what? It's part of the journey.
Yeah.
I'll meet a lot of good people along with the bad ones.
Definitely.
You know?
Mhm. Well, thank you.
Listen, bro. Have a good day, guys.
Yeah. You too. Can I get a picture with you also?
What did you call? What?